Recording is in progress. Good evening and welcome. We will get started in a few minutes. I see Board of Directors, Director Wang and Director Sethi are in the audience. Welcome and welcome everybody. We're giving everybody a couple more minutes to join us. And I want to recognize everybody that was able to join us for this evening's meeting. All right, it's 6:03. We will get started in one more minute. Is there anyone that has general questions about logistics or anything like that? Okay. Can everybody hear me? Very good, thank you. Well, good evening and welcome to Alameda County Water District's virtual community meeting to provide an update on the district's advanced metering infrastructure AMI project. Thank you for tuning into today's meeting. My name is Guru Mawok and I serve as the Alameda County Water District's Director of Engineering and Technology. I'd like to share a few notes on logistics before we get started. To ensure the best sound quality on Zoom, we ask that attendees remain muted unless speaking, in particular if you're both using your computer and dialing in by phone. If you need to get our attention, please use the raise hand feature in Zoom or enter a note in the chat. If you have questions that come up during the presentation, please type them in the Q&A feature and we will do our best to answer all questions at the end of the presentation. For anyone participating by phone only, you can press *9 to raise your hand to get the moderator's attention and *6 to mute or unmute yourself. Also, we thank you in advance for your patience if we experience any technical difficulties. In that event, please bear with us as we get back up and running. We are also recording today's meeting to make the information available to others that may be interested but unable to attend today. We will have a short 20 to 25-minute presentation followed by a moderated question and answer period. And we look forward to hearing your questions and comments at that time. I will look in the attendees roster real quick to make sure we don't have additional board members. Yeah, I don't see additional board members. So this meeting has been noticed as a special board meeting of the Alameda County Water District as we anticipate a quorum of directors could be present. At this time, we welcome board members, Director Paul Sethi and Judy Wang, who are present, but we do not have a quorum at this time. So we will conduct this as a community meeting without formal board procedures. However, if at any time a quorum becomes present, we will pause the presentation to officially call the special board meeting to order and conduct a roll call. There would also be an opportunity for the public to make comments at the start of the meeting specific to today's meeting agenda. Similarly, while we are not opening a formal board meeting at this time, if there are any members of the public that wish to make comments at the start of the meeting due to time constraints or otherwise, please go ahead and raise your hand via the Zoom app or unmute yourself and speak up at this time. Does anyone in the audience have any questions or comments before we get started? Okay. So I just wanted to remind everybody that your feedback and questions are important to us. So we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to get their questions answered. We are going to start with a presentation and take questions at the end. If we are unable to get to every question that is posted tonight, we will be sure to include answers to all questions in our meeting minutes, which will be posted at www.acwd.org. And now that we've gotten the meeting logistics out of the way, I want to say a few words about this particular project. I am so proud of the investment we're making in our community with advanced metering infrastructure, also known as AMI. By replacing our aging meters with AMI compatible meters, we can enhance current customer service offerings and make available new and enhanced services like leak alerts, timely usage measurements, and usage alerts to reduce surprise water bills. Those will now be based on the near real-time data within our new customer portal called My Smart Water Connect, which will be rolling out early next year at acwd.org. So there are more information and data available for you on our website. At this time, I am seeing that we are joined by Director Gunther. I will promote Director Gunther to our panelists. So officially, this meeting is now a special board meeting, and we will revert to conducting the meeting as a special board meeting.
Good evening. Sorry I'm a little late.
Thank you, Director Gunther. Okay, so this is a special board meeting of the Alameda County Water District. We have Director Gunther, who is a senior member of the board. I will read the script for when we have a quorum for these types of meetings. The meeting has been noticed as a special board meeting of the Alameda County Water District, as we anticipated a quorum of directors could be present. At this time, it looks like we do have a quorum present and will therefore conduct tonight's meeting as a special board meeting, which is being recorded. I would request that at this time, a senior member of the board, Director Gunther, call the meeting to order so that we can begin with a roll call. I'll turn it over to you, Director Gunther. If you want to start the meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much. I guess, Mr. Stevenson, do you want to call the roll this evening, or do we have, I didn't check our participants yet. We have Maria on board.
We have not called roll yet. Be happy to do that. Director Sethi.
Here.
Director Gunther.
Here.
Director Wong.
Here.
Director Akbari. And Director Wee. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll proceed on with the rest of the presentation.
Yeah, Director Gunther, item 2 on the agenda is public comments on matters of this notice of special meeting.
We could take that, but it would be regarding this meeting, and I don't see any hands raised at the moment. So let's go ahead and keep it on, move it on. Close public for comments and continue in the item 3.
Okay, thank you, Director Gunther. Now we will move on to our presentation on advanced metering infrastructure. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Ben Egger, who's the district's project manager. He and his team will tell you all about the new technology, how it works, the installation process, and how it will benefit you. With that, I'll turn it over to Ben Egger and the team to present on this project.
Yeah, thank you, Groom. Welcome all members of the public, board members and staff to this informational meeting. My name is Ben Egger. I'm a project engineering supervisor here at Alameda County Water District. And I just wanted to thank you all for taking a little time out of your night to spend with us and learn about the district's AMI project. Next slide. Okay, before we get started, I'd like to introduce a couple more members of the AMI project team you'll hear from tonight. You've met Groom and myself, but I'd also like to introduce Litek Lau, project engineer who will be leading the deployment effort for the district. And then also Shireen Gonzalez, you'll hear from a little later on, public affairs supervisor here at the district. Mark Jermscheid is a project manager and representative from the district's expert consulting firm that has been assisting the district from the start of this project. And then also we have on the line Jennifer Rittman from Badger Meter, our prime contractor delivering the AMI deployment. And then in Don's place, we actually have Joe Zekin, the project manager from Professional Meters Inc., who will be leading the installation team through the deployment. We're all looking forward to sharing more information about the project. And at the end of the presentation, we'll be available for any questions that may be remaining that we didn't answer. Okay, so a quick overview of our presentation for tonight. Who, what, where, why of the AMI project and the deployment effort. So we'll be going over why AMI, why we're installing AMI, how it will benefit you, our customers, when the installations will commence, and what to expect during the installation at your residence, your house. Okay, and then of course at the end we will have time for Q&A. Okay, so let's get started. And so let's talk about what we offered today. And so today you receive a water bill from the district every 60 days based upon a manual meter read, which is the only way you understand how much water you're using. The information you receive about your water consumption is limited and infrequent, we understand, and which makes it difficult to spot leaks and manage your water usage day to day. The bottom line here is this is not super helpful for your water conservation, and one of the main drivers for why we're upgrading our system to an AMI system. However, the district knows that we and you are a community committed to water conservation. Managing and conserving our water resources is a major objective for ACWD, and we know that our customers share that same conservation ethic. More than 3/4 of our residential customers, 76%, have made behavioral changes in the last 5 years to better conserve water, and we certainly applaud those efforts. The district offers conservation programs to support customer efforts, but what we've heard from customers, and are listening, you've requested most is a way to monitor usage, and now we're able to provide one. So next slide. So enter AMI, or Your Smart Water Connection. We're investing in the future of our community and installing AMI infrastructure, which will provide you, the customer, and the district an array of benefits. Drought is a way of life in California, as we all know. However, ACWD plans decades in advance to ensure that our water supply remains reliable, especially because we experience drought so frequently. And AMI is one of those actions that we're taking today to save water for tomorrow. Our goal with the AMI is to enhance customer service, water use efficiency, and our own operational efficiency. And so that you have a bit of a better picture of the technology, I'm sorry, I'll turn it over to Mark Jermscheid to introduce the technology a little better. Further.
Thank you, Ben. AMI allows water meters to be read remotely, so you can reduce surprise water bills. Bills will be based on the data you will see in the new customer portal called My Smart Water Connect, rolling out next year at acwd.org. And we'll talk more about that in a bit. Detect potential leaks early. The customer portal will process your consumption through algorithms designed to detect leaks. The customer portal will then send leak alerts in your favorite communication method, which can be set in your profile on the customer portal. And you can also view up-to-date water usage. Your water readings, your water meter readings will now be automated. The system will measure, collect, and analyze water usage data to look for leaks and trends and to help forecast water demand for the future. The system provides an increased frequency of meter readings, from one reading every 60 days to one reading every 15 minutes. The customer portal will allow you to monitor your water consumption on a regular basis. And as we've mentioned, early next year, leak alerts are coming. AMI is a leap forward in delivering ACWD services to our customers. Next slide. Hundreds of water utilities across North America and many in the Bay Area have adopted AMI technology for their water meter infrastructure needs. As we mentioned previously, AMI is an acronym that stands for Advanced Metering Infrastructure. And clearly we're talking about water meters here, but what is meant by advanced infrastructure? The advanced infrastructure starts with a little transmitter in the meter pit that is connected to the water meter. This connection allows readings from the meters to be passed through the transmitter to the cellular network, and through the cellular network to the data servers in the cloud that store the consumption information. Data is sent from the transmitter up to 3 times per day, communicating through the network for a total of seconds per day. The data is encrypted before it gets to the cellular network and takes advantage of cellular security, which is actually more secure than your standard Wi-Fi or hotspots. The data contains water consumption and maintenance alerts only. The district uses the AMI data for billing, meter and distribution system management, and analysis to provide leak alert data. You can see how the AMI servers connect to the billing system, but it also connects to the customer portal, which, as we've mentioned, is called My Smart Water Connect. And Ben will talk in more detail about My Smart Water Connect in a moment. Ben?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Okay, so now that you have a little bit better picture of what the technology looks like, let's discuss how we can use this technology to benefit our customer, our community. And so, as I've mentioned previously, together through the use of this smart technology, we can achieve greater water conservation and improve water supply reliability for our community. AMI can help you monitor your water usage. Next slide, please. Okay, so AMI, as you heard, AMI will provide you interval meter readings to help you better understand your water conservation patterns, reduce surprise water bills, and detect potential water leaks. And we'll be providing this functionality through our new free, easy to use My Smart Water Connect, which is an online portal, which will be launching early in 2022. These interval meter readings won't only provide you the ability to minimize leaks and identify potential leaks and provide water use efficiency, but also offers the district opportunities to conserve through operational efficiencies and fewer truck rolls due to meter readings, due to less manual meter readings. Next slide. Okay, so in sum, fewer leaks, more conservation opportunities, easy and convenient to use. And then on the district side, realizing benefits of increased operational efficiency is, in a nutshell, why we're moving forward with AMI. Next slide, please. Okay. Right. So the district plans its capital investment program years in advance for our infrastructure investment planning, and deployment of AMI does require investment by the district. However, we performed a rigorous business case assessment, which we've presented previously. And the good news is the ROI, the return on investment, is favorable over the 20-year life of the system, and the payback period is just shy of 10 years, meaning that the program pays for itself and and from there on, we're realizing benefit. AMI is a sound investment for the district and its customers. So in the next couple of slides, you'll hear about more about our deployment of AMI and what that will look like for you. So installation has begun, and we've completed the installation in the areas shown in blue on the map there. Hopefully you can see on the map on the right there, there's some areas in blue. So we've completed those installations, and now we plan to continue the installations through the remainder of the service area from now through to December of 2023. And so at this point, I'd like to introduce Lee-Tech Lau, who's going to talk a little bit more about the deployment effort and what that will look like.
Well, thanks, Ben. So as Ben mentioned, roughly 3,000 installations have been completed to date, and we're embarking upon upgrading the rest of the over 80,000 service connections in the district's area. That work starts this month, beginning in the Irvington area of Fremont before moving to eastern parts of Newark. The path for installs is actually based on how the district currently reads water meters. So if you get your meter upgraded today, your neighbor a block or so away won't necessarily get theirs in the next week. But please be patient. Over the next 2 years, the project is expected to have completed the upgrade of every meter in the district. Next slide, please. So ACWD has partnered with Badger Meter and Professional Meters Inc., or PMI, to perform the work. You may see them working in teams of 2 to 3, and they'll be recognizable by their bright green uniforms that include the project's logo, which is that water droplet you see in the corner of the screen. The installers will carry badges, and as part of their procedures, they'll be incorporating all federal, state, and local COVID safety guidelines. To explain a little more in more detail about what you can expect leading up to the day of installation and on the day, I'd like to hand over to Joe from PMI.
You're on mute, Joe. You're still on mute, Joe.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Lee-Tech. I am Joe Zekin with Professional Meters, project manager here on site. PMI has been installing water meters in the California Bay Area for quite some time now. And we actually just recently, as Lee-Tech said, completed the pilot phase of the meter project with approximately 3,300 meters installed. You can easily identify us and our installation teams by our recognizable high visibility uniforms. They will always be marked with our project logo, the water droplet in the corner, and marked vehicles that will also have that project logo as well as the PMI logo. Each installer will also carry identifications, and our installation vehicles will consist of mostly white, late model minivans. And as I stated, all vehicles will be marked with the PMI and ACWD project logos. Our teams will be following all CDC state and local guidelines, including daily health and temperature checks, as well as maintaining our social distance and wearing the proper PPE, to include face masks to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And as you can see in this image, our installation uniforms are highly visible, and all installers will be wearing a hard card ACWD ID contractor badge to easily verify their identity. Additionally, all installers will be carrying a letter of authorization that the district has provided. As we will discuss in a little more detail, PMI will be delivering a door hanger up to 10 days prior to the installation. Our installers will, on the day of installation, also knock on the door to make sure that their presence is known. To make this process as quick as possible, please make sure that the area surrounding this meter box is clear of any obstructions or anything that prevents our installers from accessing the water meter. Installation generally takes less than an hour unless otherwise arranged. And if you have any tenants or others living at your premises, please notify them that the meter will be changed out. If our installers are unable to complete this installation, they will leave a door hanger with a notice and explaining why they were unable to complete this installation. Lisa?
Thanks, Joe. So ACWD has also partnered with UPA, Utility Partners of America, to perform quality control. So in addition to meter installers, you may see a technician inspecting your new meter and the area around it. And just like the installers, they will be recognizable by their uniforms and the project logo, and they will be conducting all their work according to the latest COVID safety guidelines. So I would like now to hand over to ACWD's Public Affairs Supervisor, Shereen.
Thank you, Lee Tech. So now that you've heard about AMI meter upgrades, we'd like to share with you a brief video that will walk you through the installation process. This video features real ACWD customers who have received a meter upgrade. We're gonna
having technical difficulty with the video, but we can come back to it at the end, perhaps, and play it at the end. I think what happened is when I downloaded the PDF, the video got dislocated, but we can
Sure.
play it at the end.
Great, thank you, Laura. So we'll revisit the video, but basically what it shows is it walks the viewer through the installation process from the time that the installer pulls up to your house, knocks on your door, does the installation upgrade, and is on their way. So with that, next, now that you know how the meter upgrade is installed, or we'll see shortly, how will you know when your upgrade is scheduled? Well, we will notify you. In advance of your upgrade, you'll receive a letter in the mail. And for customers who have provided your email address, you'll receive a message to let you know when your install is upcoming. Plus, as Joe mentioned, you will receive a door hanger about 10 working days in advance of your upgrade. When the work is complete, we'll leave another door hanger to let you know. We'd like your feedback. The post-installation door hanger includes a QR code that when scanned with your phone or your tablet's camera, it will take you to a short survey. Please take time to complete the survey. It takes just about 2 minutes, and your feedback will help ensure future installations go as smoothly as possible. Lastly, follow the progress and stay up to date on the AMI project by following us on social. Look for the hashtag #SmartWaterConnect for the latest. And if you're interested in a presentation for a civic organization or community group or other, please contact us at acwd.org/AMI using the Contact Us form. And I'll turn it back over to Ben.
All right. Thanks, Shereen. Okay, so hopefully you found the information presented tonight helpful in understanding both the AMI project, but also what to expect as we upgrade your meter. And hopefully we'll have that video for you shortly so you can see us in action. But to wrap up our presentation, we look forward to seeing you soon. Together, through the use of this smart technology, we can work towards achieving our water conservation goals and improving water supply reliability for our community. The drought is here, and AMI is one action we're taking today to save water for tomorrow. We'll also be reducing our carbon footprint with fewer trucks on the road, while saving money through our operational efficiencies realized through AMI. We're looking forward to continuing the installation process at the end of this month and starting to deliver these benefits to our community, such as reducing surprise water bills, detecting potential leaks for you early, and viewing or providing up-to-date water usage information. So Laura, I'm not sure if I think the next slide is thank you. I'm not sure if we have the video that we can roll.
Absolutely. I am going to I need to stop sharing and I will just pull it up right now. We can watch it.
This is the check.
Okay, I just need to share my screen and we will. Okay.
Hey, Laura,
There's something going on with my sound. Hold on just a moment.
the mute button right there. Yeah, perfect. All right, cool. Well, that was a neat little video that Shireen and Laura's folks put together for us. Hopefully you got the impression there that the installation process certainly is quite seamless and certainly takes less than an hour in most all cases. Okay, so I think with that, Laura, if you don't mind popping the slides back up, I think the last slide was a thank you once again to all for attending tonight. And hopefully this was beneficial and you learned something, and we're certainly open for any questions. We have the whole team here available to take your questions. Yeah,
so thank you, Ben, and the project team. At this time, I want to recognize our general manager, Ed Stevenson. He's also in the meeting, so I appreciate his attendance, as well as our obviously board members. With that, now is a good time to ask questions. We would like to begin the question and answer session, beginning with questions from members of the public. Is there anyone that would like to ask a question? I do see some questions in the chat. I will read those and also read the responses for everyone's benefit. But if you still have questions that you want to ask, please raise your hand via the Zoom app. Feel free to unmute yourself and speak up directly, or enter your questions into the Q&A feature of the webinar. Additionally, we'll be taking questions from members of the board. Having said that, let me see what questions we have in the chat already. The first question is it possible to schedule the date and time of the installation? We are an industrial customer and cannot turn off our water system on command. This needs to be planned and scheduled with our production and maintenance teams. So the response has been provided, but I'd like to ask Mark and the team to either read out the response or add to the response that's already provided. Mark?
Certainly, thank you. So the response there is, if you require a planned water disruption or any further assistance, please contact the installation hotline at 844-280-6521. All the customers will be receiving a letter from the district in the weeks before the installation takes place. And that phone number and those instructions are included in that letter. So for customers that aren't participating tonight, they will still receive that information.
Thank you, Mark. The other question is, will you be replacing a damaged water meter box cover when the smart meter is installed? You want to take that one also?
Sure. Coincidentally, the cellular transmitters in the meter box requires a clear path to the cellular network. And so we're replacing the current boxes in most cases with composite meter box covers that allow a cellular signal to get through it.
Thank you again. The same audience member wants to know what will happen if there is a power outage in the area.
Certainly, Ms. Helm has some wonderful questions. The cellular endpoint operates on a battery that will last up to 20 years. So the endpoint and in many cases the meter operate off of their own battery and don't require any connection to local power.
Very good, very good. I think the last question from this audience member is, will the smart meter need to be connected to Wi-Fi?
The smart meter, since it communicates on the cellular network, will not require, I think the nature of the question is customers' Wi-Fi to communicate. And the answer is no, it will use the cellular network and it won't require any Wi-Fi or especially customer Wi-Fi to communicate.
Yeah, these are standalone systems that operate on the district's network. There is another question about will we still be able to see very small water leakage?
The answer to that question is that yes, as a matter of fact, most of the water meters that are being replaced have high resolution registers, which allow us to detect even smaller amounts of water that are being consumed in smaller details. So when that consumption is displayed on the customer portal every 15 minutes, you'll be able to see that usage. Especially if that usage occurs overnight, for example, if there's a leak, maybe a leaky toilet or something like that, as constant consumption in the overnight hours, that becomes very visible. And because of the sensitivity of the meters and the frequency of the communication, that kind of leak will be able to be detected and information can be sent to customers so that they have an opportunity to fix that leak that they may not have known anything about.
Very good, thank you. I do have another question. As a residential customer, I would need more than 10 days non-specific notice to know on what day and time I should turn off water using appliances, etc. How can I get more specific information?
I think the answer to that question is the earlier answer also. So when customers receive a letter, if there are specific requirements or preparation that needs to take place at the home or at the business, they can contact the 844 number to either find out or coordinate an installation time. In addition, installers will always knock on the customer's door so that they're not surprised when the water is shut off.
Yeah, thank you. It's important for us to recognize our customers' needs and work around their schedules as much as possible. Here's another question. We must use a non-screened pipe to flush the water afterward. Would that mean an outside hose would work? And how long do we need to flush is the question.
An outside hose would work. A bathtub faucet would work in either of those cases. And it's usually fairly quick. I mean, maybe a minute or so, 2 minutes, less than 5 minutes to flush the water out. The cold side, cold water is the best water to use so that it stays outside of your water heater.
Thank you for that response. And we have a thank you for this initiative. One audience member also asked, is the smart portal accessible through an app? I guess a mobile or a tablet app.
Yes, actually it is. There'll be a mobile app that goes with it. In fact, we're on the verge of testing the website and the mobile app right now. So we'll be testing it with Apple and Android devices and tablets to make sure that all of our customers have an optimal experience.
I believe that's all the questions in the Q&A chat box. I want to remind our audience once again, if you want to ask a question and you're on the Zoom app, please raise your hand via the app, or feel free to just unmute yourself and speak up. You can also type your questions into the Q&A feature, and I will check again to see if we have any questions in that feature. Not seeing any questions. Are there any questions from our board members?
I have a couple of comments and questions. This is Director Sethi. So I'm asking these questions for public benefit, even if I know the answer. One, are we staging the rollout between the residential customers and commercial, industrial, institutional?
Right, yeah. Thank you, Dirk. So good question. The deployment will follow our billing cycle pattern, which does include, which is more geographical in nature. And so there won't be staging between the different customer types, commercial, industrial, etc. However, PMI does have a hotline number there for advanced coordination, and we're certainly aware of the different customer types in each of those billing cycles in each of the geographical areas as we move through the service area over the next 2 years.
For a typical residential customer, how long is the swap out from the old positive displacement meter to the new ultrasound?
Right. We're certainly anticipating it being less than an hour. Joe is certainly has a much keener sense on exactly how fast that can be done. I'm not sure, Joe, if you can provide a range of the fastest media you've ever changed out, but we certainly expect it to be less than an hour in all cases. And there'll be advanced coordination if we expect that to be longer than that period.
Okay, let me ask some very specific questions here. If you are a restaurant establishment or a hair salon where you're very dependent upon your water supply, how are we working with those type of customers in order to mitigate any disruption to their business?
Right. Yeah, and you could probably throw in Washington Hospital and dialysis clinics. There's a number of commercial entities that are very sensitive to water continuity of service. Right. And so we have a letter, an appointment letter that we'll send out to those customers in advance of the work taking place. Not all of those customers that have large meters will actually experience a water outage. It may just be an upgrade. So yeah, we're doing our very best to identify all those customers, but at least certainly do reach out to the hotline once you receive the letter saying that we're commencing the upgrade process in your area, and we'll coordinate that work with you down to the day and hour.
Okay, for our very largest customers like Tesla, Lam Research, our school districts, cities, how are we notifying them so that the notice is not lost in the mail or the organizational structure?
Right. Yeah. So the two methods we're using at the moment are mail and so there'll be a mailed letter go out in advance, a commencement letter, and then for the largest customers, an appointment letter as well. There'll be the same door hanger process used for all the commercial customers, and we also used email for the commencement letter this go around. But also there's work being done on the back end by the AMI team because Tesla has a pretty large meter, a large connection. So I wouldn't expect that their meter will actually be replaced. I don't expect they'd actually have a water outage. So there may be less coordination required in a lot of those cases if there's no outage. It's just an upgrade.
Yeah, I can add. So most small residential customers will have their meter swapped out, but anything larger, the installation is slightly different. Instead of replacing the physical meter, the register, which stores and processes the data, that's the element that gets changed out. So, not all cases will a customer, experience a water outage.
I wanted to lastly make a statement on behalf of our district and board, because I feel like all 5 of us as board members, and even going previously back to another board, have investigated upgrading to the advanced metering infrastructure for some time over the last decade. And this decision has not been made lightly. We have, as Ben mentioned, rigorously analyzed the business benefits and the return on investment for upgrading all of our older, aging positive displacement meters. And the choice is, do we upgrade with the similar old technology, or do we move to a newer technology, which is really the most advanced state-of-the-art technology that is available in the country, the world. And I think what it really boils down to, and what I want to express to the community, is that this has a 10-year payback. The return on investment over 20 years is very positive. And so this allows the district to help moderate the cost of water moving forward, where we all know things are becoming more expensive in terms of obtaining new water supply. And so this is in the best interest of our customers to help maintain our water rates, which are, close to the bottom, near the bottom third of the Bay Area historically. And that it provides so many benefits in terms of what customers are going to be able to assess as part of their own usage of water, at their home, their apartment complex, whatever it might be. But in the end, this is a positive program with a very healthy return on investment over the life cycle of installing these new meters. And I just hope everyone appreciates the work of our entire organization and team that's put in so much effort to work on this. This is not a trivial project, to say the least. So thank you, everybody, for all your efforts and all of your investment of time and the coordination and working with our customers. Let's hope it's a smooth transition.
Thank you, Director Sethi. Director Wong, do you have any comments this evening?
Just want to say thank you to staff. Great job, great presentation. So far, I heard good things about our installation and installation team. And we also have a story of how the installation of AMI detected leak, a very small leak in one of our staff's house who shall remain unnamed. So we definitely know the system works. And our staff has worked hard along with the board to determine that this program will pay for itself. Is actually cost effective. Well, there's a business case for it. I'm not quite sure about cost effective, but there's a business case for going down this path to install this program. In addition, it provides great customer service. I am very proud that our team is definitely customer service focused in this installation project. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Wong. And I'd also like to comment that Director Sethi really hit it on the head there. And so did Director Wong, that we're customer focused. The project team is set for that. And the customers should be aware that, you know, this is a benefit. I truly believe it's a benefit for them. I can't wait to get my meter. So I'll tell the staff again, I can't wait to get my meter. But it seems like I'll be last, which is okay. I'll wait my line in the turn. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. I think the community should be, the concept of being able to find leaks, I think is going to be far more beneficial than we ever dreamed of. But yes, Director Sethi's quite right. This is a huge undertaking for the district. Staff has done an incredible amount of work in it. So has the consultants. I really like to thank everybody and thank everybody this evening. That's all I have. Mr. Stevenson.
Well, you know, I maybe this is a good time to come out and admit that I was that staff person that Director Wong was referring to. For those who don't know me, I'm Ed Stevenson. I'm the general manager at ACWD. And I was part of an early round of installation of AMI on certain meters, mostly with our staff in our service area, just to test it all out and to make sure that we had the installation process smooth and that we knew how all of our notifications needed to work and so forth. And so I was part of that early guinea pig round of AMI installations. And I will tell you, this is something I share with everybody that I talk to, how fantastic this is as a user, because now I finally have control over my water use and I can see my water use. And importantly, in the scenario that Director Wong brought up, it helped me find a very, very low level leak, just a small little trickle, a leak in an irrigation valve where the leaking water actually goes inside the system and you can never see it from the outside. There was no way I could have detected this unless I got an alert from the AMI system. And that allowed me to address the problem right away. And it was, you know, really, really beneficial for me. I'm saving money as a result. I'm wasting less water, right? That water was just going to no beneficial use whatsoever. And I think that is a real key here, especially in this condition that we're in right now. We're in a severe, severe drought. We as an agency are doing a whole lot to help our customers conserve water. And so projects like this, a major initiative, really help with that effort and give our customers the ability to see their water use and see leaks that they wouldn't normally otherwise be able to see. And so obviously we're, as a staff, super excited about this. We're thrilled to bring it to you. We're very proud of the work that our board has done over the last several years, that the project team has done over the last several years to be in this position, to be rolling it out actively like this. And we really do appreciate everybody's participation and attendance in this. And we look forward to having every one of our meters upgraded, and so that everybody can enjoy all these benefits. So I guess I'll leave it at that. But I'd be happy to talk anybody's ear off anytime that there are questions about a user's experience, because mine's been fantastic.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Further comments or questions from the audience? Doesn't appear to be. With that, I believe we can call this meeting adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.
And great
Thanks, everyone.
job, team. Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.